I think CeeDee Lamb's the guy that goes through and just torches this Giants team the way him and Dak are on together here. I don't know if Pollard is someone that I'm looking to play, though. I if he scores, that's great. But if he is not the one scoring, if it's the CeeDee Lamb show again, the cover of my quarterback coach this week is Baker Mayfield. Mike Evans is 72. Big fan of plugging Mike Evans into my lineup this week.
I feel like Trey McBride at 3,500 is probably where I'm going to lean. Yeah.
What is going on, everybody? John Impemba here with Andrew Cooper. Welcome into the Fantasy Time Game Day Playbook Show. NFL Week 11 is here, Coop. A little highlights from our Week 10 success.
Cha-ching.
A lot of cha-chings. A lot of money won. Looking forward to Week 11. I just tuned in to you and Bender over on the SiriusXM show. I know a lot of you people in our chat here listened to Brett and I earlier this morning. Break down some of the early news, give some of the takes, but we're now getting down to it. We got a couple hours till roster lock here. We'll have inactives a little bit later on in the show here today as well. And we love that all of you are already joining in with your questions. I promise we will get these questions answered. You only need to enter them once into our chat. We'll run down the list. We'll get you guys ready to go, answer these start sits for everybody here and get you all ready for NFL Week 11. If you haven't already, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I don't know what you're waiting for. You're sitting here, you're watching us. It's a simple click of a button. It really helps us out here, so we would appreciate the support. If you guys can do that, just tap that like button on today's show. Coop, buddy, how we doing, man?
Doing great, brother. And this slate, wild slate. We got some big spreads. We got some close games. We got some high over-unders. We have an over-under with 33 points. We've got 6 division games. Dude, this is a good one. This is a good one for DFS, good one for redraft, and overall, man, it's football, baby.
It is football, and we got some big
primetime football.
Obviously, this week here, not even discussing the injuries that happened on Thursday. Brutal. We'll have to deal with that come week 12, but at least now for week 11, Devin Achane back for Miami, and as you may have heard from Howard Bender, as the SiriusXM show ended, expected to be a full go. Now, is that Mike McDaniel with his coach speak? We know he likes to kind of play around in the media, troll a little bit. What does full go mean to you here, Coop, in this matchup against the Raiders?
Full go means he's going to get half the work, because that's kind of how it was early on. Mostert gets half, he gets half. Forget everybody else in that running back room. So, I mean, you got to start both guys. I find it hard when you look around at the matchups, even some of the top guys have, I just find it hard that you can somehow have 2 running backs and a flex and not have these guys in those spots, right? So, I got leagues I would kill to have half of a Dolphins backfield, right? So definitely get those guys in. The answer is going to be yes to pretty much any of those questions. And we see you guys in the chat. Thank you so much for coming in. The veterans obviously getting their questions in before the show even started. Here's the deal. We're going to go through. We're going to hit on every single one of these, even if we got to go rapid fire. Do us a favor. Give us the important context. Is it PPR? Is it not? Is it super flex? Give us the full names of guys, right? No B Robinson, because there's a Bijan, there's a Brian, there's a million J Williamses. Give us the information we need. Help us help you. We're going to go through, hit them all. And you only got to put your question in once, because we're going to get to it. So you don't have to, we're not going to skip any. You don't have to put it in twice. If we skip you, say, hey, you skipped me, we can go back and get it.
So again, if we miss your question, throw it in the chat again. Just say, hey, you didn't answer this. We'll do our best to get back to you here. Let's kick it off, because we are just loaded here. A lot of people, a big week, fantasy football playoffs right around the corner. Linda gets her first question of the day in here. Full PPR, 12-team league, Goff or Allen? Quarterback question here, Coop. Do you trust Josh Allen at home against the Jets defense? Do you go Jared Goff at home against the Bears? I know I'm the QB guy, but what's your initial thoughts here?
It's a close one, man, but I'm still starting Allen. I still got to start him. But I mean, if you were to say Goff and you were to say you were scared of that Jets defense, then I am
100% going Jared Goff.
Okay.
New offensive coordinator, bad matchup against the Jets here. Could be cold weather as well. Give me Goff in this one earlier.
So, and I'm not sure if you can see it on your screen or you can miss it, but there's a few questions before Linda here in the chat.
I don't see those. So if you got them, pull them up.
I'll get them in there. So Mr. Buckets was first, and
Okay.
it's he has Puka Nakua or Nico Collins full PPR. Again, if any of you guys before the Linda question, don't put your questions in again. I got them over here. If you had one in before the Mr. Buckets question, then maybe get it in again. But yeah, so Puka or Nico, John.
So
Close.
it's close. I actually have Puka in a couple of DFS lineups. That game I think could be a little sneaky if you just look at the Vegas line. It's a 1 or 2 point spread. It's a 46 over under. The field is playing Nico, but that's for DFS. If we're playing seasonal, I'm playing I think Nico Collins today.
It's Nico, yeah. And Howard pointed out on the show before this on the series show that the really interesting dichotomy where the Cardinals are one of the worst in the league versus wide receiver ones. They don't have a true top corner, but they're actually pretty good against wide receiver twos,
right,
mainly because you can just throw to your best guy. So I think this is a game where we see the Nico from early in the season.
Yeah, I'm in on that one here. But again, make a DFS lineup with Puka today. I do like that little stack there with Metcalf and Nakua today. Always love Rex. Love seeing Rex in the chat. Morning to you too, here, Rex. Next question I had was Mr. Buckets number 2. All right, I think we're back.
Okay, so you're back on track. Cool.
Puka, Moore, or Devonta Smith for you, Coop?
I think on this one, I'm willing to go with DJ Moore just because we've seen. I think they all have similar floors of maybe it's just not that great, but the upside for DJ Moore when it's good, it's so good. It's like slate breakingly good that I think you got to get him in there with Fields back.
Yeah, you get Fields back today. That's fine. Yeah, I guess I lean with you there a little bit, but it's a really good problem to have. I think all three of those receivers are in pretty good spots. So
you lean in Devonta Smith against the
yeah, I kind of want to go that game. Honestly, I think Devonta Smith is where I want to go, but it's really close. Really close.
Yeah, and they're different enough players that it's like if you want to play it safe, go Smith.
Like Moore is the number 1 wide receiver on that team. So if you want to go with the number 1 wide receiver on the team, that's fine. But, we could be a high volume passing game. Otherwise.
I will say this: last year with Goddard out, AJ Brown was getting 8 targets a game. Smith was getting 7.
Yeah,
7. So yeah, I think you know what? I think I'm with you. Just go with Smith with Goddard.
Yeah, Devonta Smith's where I wanted to lean there. Let's roll Smith here this week, Mr. Buckets.
Yeah.
Our guy Fatty McCats from the Discord wants to know Kate On or Donald Parham. I heard you throwing some shade on Darnold Parham. Is that because you just want to make Stone Smart a thing?
No. It's because that was a DFS shade where I basically what I was saying is that they split the snaps evenly.
Yeah.
And Parham's the better bet to score, but he's also much more expensive. He's going to be more popular. So in DFS, I like the idea of kind of pivoting to Smart. Yeah. But if I was going to, in my rankings, I have Parham ahead of Smart. Okay. But because they split, I'm actually going to start Cade Otton, even against a tough 49ers defense. I think Otton he plays every single snap. Parham, even with Everett out, we're talking 60% of the snaps. That's what he does. So
yeah, both tight ends. I look back in week 7 when Gerald Everett is out. You had Stone Smart and Parham there. Parham played about 60% of the offensive snaps. He had a 50% route participation, and Stone Smart still had the same thing. He had about a 48% route participation when he was on the field. So.
Got 3 targets, didn't catch any of them. That's my boy. Yeah. I'm telling you, once that guy catches him, though, everyone will see what I'm talking about. I think he's a baller.
Russ here. Good morning, guys. 1 point PBR, flex, Cooks, or Luke Musgraves.
I like what I'm seeing from Brandon Cooks lately, man. I like what I'm seeing from Cooks. And Musgrave, he's got a good matchup, but they spread the ball out between the 4 guys now that Watson's back. So I'm going to go with Cooks.
Yeah, I'm fine going with Cooks here as well. I do think that they're going to throw still in that game despite the high game total. JH wants us to pick 2. Williams, Mostert, Hall, Rice, and Moore. I assume we're talking
100 Williams. Yeah. JH, man, you got to let us know what the Williams is, which Williams are talking about. But assuming it's Javonte, I do like Javonte a lot.
Back-to-back weeks with 20-plus carries. I think I go Mostert and Javonte here.
Yeah, it's tough to bench Bryce Hall, but yeah, I mean, I'll play all 3 running backs over the wide receiver. So
my problem with the Jets right now is their offensive line is so bad that you haven't seen Bryce Hall really do anything in recent weeks. So give me Javonte and Mostert of that group there. Matthew says, good morning, Achane, Pacheco, Lockett, and Thielen. Knowing we have a full go Achane, how do you sit him, right?
Yeah, you can't sit him. And also, everybody out there, be very careful with Tyler Lockett. We've seen Tyler Lockett do this a million times where he plays hurt. They let him play whether he's hurt. He has to be fully injured to not play. and we've seen time and time again him go out there in these situations and do meh. So be very careful with Lockett.
Yeah, listen, the one thing people have said, like, oh, if Lockett's out, you can go to JSN, but JSN's still playing like 65, 70% of offensive snaps. And if you think there's any chance that Lockett's a decoy or limited, or even maybe he gets re-injured in this game, I mean, he didn't practice all week with this hamstring injury. In DFS, I still think JSN could be a valuable value play given the pricing for him this week. Musgrave or Parham?
I'm going with Musgrave. Parham he's a good DFS play at his price because he's a boomer bust touchdown play.
So. Okay, that's fine with me. Gilbert says, good morning. Then he had a follow-up question, Kelsey or McBride. No Taylor Swift at the Kelsey game here today, Coop. Does that impact your thoughts?
Oh, she didn't go?
No, because they had to delay. I didn't know this either. I had to find it out from Brit on the 9 a.m. show. Apparently, they had to postpone one of the Taylor concerts in Brazil, so she's stuck in South America here for an extra day. So no Taylor Swift narrative. She's not meeting the parents this weekend. So you go McBride or Kelsey?
You start Kelsey.
Travis
You start Kelsey no matter what.
McBride's been Travis Kelsey like the last couple of weeks.
You start Kelsey no matter what. Start McBride at the flex, man.
That's fine. Better Cast here, giving us our early props here.
Is that his actual line? Lucas Kroll, dude? The Kroll, because we dropped a Kroll Warrior King on the radio today.
Yeah.
Shout out Lucas Kroll. Is that his line? 18.5? That's actually pretty high for a kind of a no-name guy. I'm gonna go under. No, I'm gonna go over, man. He played a bunch of pass snaps. I think that they're preparing for life without Greg Dulcich. Lucas Kroll was a guy that was with the Saints when Sean Payton was there, and I think that they like the guy in that role. So yeah, Lucas Kroll.
If you want to go over under on this, you got to download the Better Sports app, BetterCast app right there. Scan the QR code on the screen. Click the link in the description. We have the contest running for tonight's Sunday Night Football game. Bender's in there, Coop's in there, in the chat, watching this football game with you, answering all these prop questions. If you win, you get tickets. You can redeem those tickets for autographed memorabilia, jerseys, mini helmets, a lot of cool stuff. But you got to download the free app to play. So download it, scan that QR code, or click the link in the description of the video to get part of the Better Cast game this evening. Back to our questions here. Gilbert, well, we answered that one already. Standard League, Cook or Waddle?
Oof. I think I'm going to go Waddle there. Yeah, Waddle versus the Raiders.
Works for me. I mean, we saw Latavius Murray step up and new offensive coordinator here.
He just gets Latavius Murray gets the important plays.
Where's Leonard Fournette?
I don't know, dude. He's sitting on my bench with
he looked really good in those tight shorts, and that was about it. That's all they were. That's like look at the hamstrings, and never again.
I wish it was like fantasy baseball where I had an NA spot for like prospects where I could just put him in there because I mean he's just eating up a couple bench.
The moment you drop him is the moment he starts.
I know.
Half point PPR needs one Madison White or Henderson. Madison trending towards playing this today.
Yeah, so you got White going up against the 49ers, which I don't love. I'm not going to start Henderson versus Seahawks, so I think I would just start Madison.
Yeah, Madison versus Broncos. He's
good.
fine.
It's good.
Louis wants to know, needing one for running back in a flex, Henderson, Hall, Foreman, Herbert, Singletary, Lockett, Doubs, Dell.
I'm starting.
Where are you going?
Well,
Are we going both Texans plays?
Oh yeah. I definitely start in Singletary, man. I might go Breece Hall though. I think I got to start Breece Hall and Singletary.
You're on Breece Hall versus the Bills with no offensive line for the team.
I think it's going to be fine, dude. I think it's going to be fine, John.
I am not 100% certain on that.
Well, we're both on Singletary. Who would you play?
Yes, for Singletary. I think I'd rather take a shot on Doubs over Hall if you didn't want to double tap the Texans game here today.
Yeah, I think that's fair. 1 point for every 5 receptions is also it's a little interesting.
I mean, I don't know. Do any of those guys even get 5 catches? Lockett maybe.
Doubs tanked. Oh no, Lockett. I'm not starting Lockett, man.
No, I know. I'm saying he said 1 point for every 5 catches. I said, do any of those guys get more than 5 catches?
Tank Dell's kind of that guy.
Maybe, yeah. So,
but it's only an extra point though. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think you can double tap Houston today. It worked out fine last week. You didn't complain, right? 18 points out of Dell, 30 points out of Singletary.
I agree with you, John.
Start
Breece Hall.
I'm not touching Breece Hall.
Start Breece Hall.
What's our bet this week? What do we have? Oh, Lamar Jackson versus Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
We got Lamar.
Lamar did good. He did good. So we'll see.
Dragon's Lair half PPR start 2. Waddle, Moore, or Scary Terry.
Waddle more or
I think I go the
Scary?
last two.
Start
DJ
2.
Moore.
Oh, yeah. You got to start Scary Terry against the Giants. People are scared, and I made this mistake last week. I personally made this mistake where I said, "Oh, you know what? This could be a blowout, and guys could get benched. I'm worried about the game script." For it to be a blowout, you got to score the points.
Gotta
for this
score
game.
touchdowns.
You said that, and you were
Yep.
starting all the Cowboys, and you were right. I'm not making that mistake. I have Sam Howell lineups, Scary Terry. Like, you got to score the points first. Scary Terry against rookie cornerbacks, he's going to feast.
If you think Terry McLaurin's going to sit the fourth, it's because by that point there's 35 hung on Giants already. I would imagine he would have some of that action there.
And Jalen Waddle's dealing with so things like a back issue that doesn't just go away. Like, so he's dealing with an ongoing back issue, and pretty much every game for the last couple of weeks, he has just taken a drive or two and gone and sat in the tent. I mean, that's scary to me. So it's more
I'm hoping the bye week helped him out a little bit, but you're gonna go more DJ Moore and Scary Terry this week.
It's more like more Terry and Scary Waddle.
Yeah. Batkerm the Unknown.
What a name.
12-team PPR. Need 2 in the flex. Lockett, Brown, Rashee Rice, Jahan Dotson. I'm going to go Hollywood and Rice here.
Me too. Yeah, Hollywood and Rice. Because Lockett, you just don't know what you're going to get. And it's another one of those where they say they think he's going to play. They're going to test him on the field. Mm-hmm. I don't like that. And it's a 4:00 game too. Agreed. So it's just a big mess, man. Don't do that. Yeah. Marquise Brown and Deontay Johnson have been letting me down so badly. I'm just praying this week they
yeah, I mean, listen, it's a decent environment, obviously, for Hollywood. So we'll see if we can get it going here. Appreciate everybody tuning into the chat. Honestly, love the support. If you could throw us a like on the stream today, it would be super appreciated. We love all of you guys here. We do it every week. Every day of the week, we're also doing live shows. So if you sub to the channel, like the channel, you'll get notified when we go live. Basically, every day from 1 to 6, we have live shows here on the Fantasy Salon YouTube channel.
We have fun here.
We do. We have a lot of fun. Richard Cole, 2 running backs, 2 flex. Cook 4, Judy Myers, Harris Warren.
I'm not going to start Warren today. Split backfield versus the Browns in a game that has like a 32.5 over under.
Yeah, not great.
Sounds terrible.
Not fun.
So, but I think I will start Ford out of that game, John. What do you think? Okay. Ford, because you can run on the Steelers. That's the one part of the Steelers defense that they get to the quarterback. They're good in the secondary, but letting up like 130.
Yeah, so we're going what then? Cook, Ford, Judy, and Myers then?
Yeah.
Just start. Yeah. Steelers running game.
Yep. Bench both the Steelers and start everybody else.
Okay. Half PPR, McKay. I think we did this one.
We did this one already.
We did Kelsey. Graham need 2. Hopkins, Metcalf, Jones, Barkley. I'm sitting Barkley everywhere. I told you to sit Barkley before we jumped on the show today in one of your leagues.
Yeah.
Aaron Jones is the cover of today's show, Coop. That's because I create the covers, and I am big on Aaron Jones this week. So give me Aaron Jones for one, and I think I go Metcalf the other.
Yeah, with Lockett banged up, Metcalf he has to show up today.
Richard, Ridley, Hendo, Harris, Dotson. I'm going Ridley here.
Yep.
Schultz, Kincaid, Pickens, or Watson need 2 of them from James.
I'm going to start Kincaid the way he's been playing, even against the Jets. I think I'm going to start the tight ends. I think I'm going to start both the tight ends. 2 tight ends set, baby.
Yeah, I'm fine going with that. But I did like Watson today against the Chargers pass defense, but it's very boom or bust.
If you feel you need the juice, he has the highest upside.
Yeah,
obviously. But again,
a lot of people are playing the wide receivers for Houston, but like Schultz has been getting a lot of targets. So he could end up being that guy today.
And you look at it, it's like the Cardinals are letting up the 8th most point. Oh, sorry, they're letting up the 8th least points to the tight end, which like you go on DraftKings, they show up as red as a matchup. Yeah. But if you really go and break it down, like the Bengals didn't have Irv Smith and Jamar Chase scored 3 touchdowns. So they have a game on their schedule where no tight end caught a pass, but it's not like they shut down the tight end. The team just didn't have one. One of the games against the 49ers, Christian McCaffrey couldn't be stopped. He scored 3 touchdowns. So you didn't have to throw it to George Kittle. In the other games, David Njoku scored. Mark Andrews scored. Yeah. Darren Waller had 7 for 76. So you got to be very careful about these average points scored versus
the tight end position. We talk about this all the time. Is the biggest DVP mirage that exists.
A mess.
You really have to look at the teams they face, what teams use the tight end, what team doesn't use the tight end.
And here's the real secret, in my opinion. It's tell me the players that cover the tight end. If you can't tell me the names of the players, then I'm not worried about it. With the Packers, I can say Devondre Campbell is a problem for tight ends. With the with the Saints, I could say Demario Davis and the Honey Badger.
He used to be Isaiah Simmons for Arizona. He's not there anymore. So.
It used to be Devondre Campbell. He was there for a while too. And then they get tell me the name of the player that we're worried about covering these guys, right? So if you can't tell me the names, then we're not too worried about it.
Agreed. Skinny, what's up, man? Wants to know Addison or Rice?
Ooh, boy, that was an easier question of 2 days ago.
Easier question to type, harder question to answer. I'm going Addison though with no Justin Jefferson.
With no Justin Jefferson, it's Addison. Yeah.
Murray or Fields? I'm going to go Kyler here today. Then James Cook or Addison.
You like Kyler? Okay.
I'm not going Fields. The Fields first came back on the road in Detroit. I'm out.
I have it that way, but Howard's in on Fields. But no, I have it the same way. So go Murray.
Yeah, Murray for me again. For Fields, first came back on the road. Detroit's defense is pretty good. I'm not gonna just run him out there right away. Yeah. I'm gonna go Addison over Cook.
Yeah. Shout out, dude. Love Addison.
Is Keenan Allen good to go? And says, I believe he is. Are we getting any news that he isn't?
They already said he's good. We've been getting good news this week, honestly. Yeah. Like the fact that because Madison was the one that was scaring me.
Pelissero an hour ago, full go today. So I guess the question is, are you worried about like Jair Alexander on him?
So there's very few guys that he doesn't shadow into the slot.
They don't shadow as much anymore, these guys. So.
I worry about is AJ Terrell will follow you all over, but some of the other guys just stay on the outside.
And no Jalen Guyton this week, so I mean, like they're really thin, which is another reason why I kind of like Parham. They may have to be again that game with Parham. We played 60% of snaps. They had Palmer, they had all these guys. Like they don't have any of them anymore. They're all out. So. My highly saying good morning to you, my dude, Fandom, Javonte or Singletary. This is tough.
Those are the boys right now. I think that I'm gonna go with Javonte though. Like the thing about Singletary is that he still has a pretty bad offensive line.
Yeah. So I said this to Britt, how quickly everybody forgets because last week he had 30 for 150. That the week before that he had 12 for 30.
Yeah, right? But it is a good matchup. I think it should be some. I just almost said the most non-take ever. I just almost said I think it'll be somewhere in between 12 and 150 is I think where I have Singletary. Yeah. No, but I think that Singletary is going to be fine this week.
Ride the fence,
But get Javonte in there. Yeah. Hot take somewhere between 12 and 150 yards for.
So where are you going? Singletary.
I'm going with Javonte Williams.
Okay, Javonte Williams for me too. I agree with you. Kangas in the chat. Toronto Davis in the chat. What's up? Joe. Is this a question, Kangas? A-Chain over Ridley? I don't know. Sometimes he answers questions for us in the chat. So if this is a question from him, where would you go? A-Chain or
stick with A-Chain. A-Chain, he's too good, man. He's sensational.
Agreed.
A-Chain is.
I need 2 running backs and a flexible. Joe, I imagine your question is down here somewhere. Let us know who it is, though.
Since you didn't put any names in, I would start Christian McCaffrey. And
Austin Eckler
and Tyreek.
I'm on Ross St. Brown.
And Tyreek Hill,
yeah, exactly. Raiders going to gut the fish. We'll see there. You're hopeful, but I say no.
I don't think so.
I sent this to Bender earlier today. I go to DraftKings Sportsbook. You go look at the implied team totals for Miami today. Minus 105 is at 30.5 points. So basically, you're getting even money on the Dolphins to score 30.5. So that's what they think of the Raiders defense today. So go get some Dolphins in your DFS lineups. That's a lot of points.
That's a paddling.
That is a lot of points. Thoughts on using both Dell and Singletary in cash? I think you can.
Yeah. Load up on that game. You can make an argument that outside of picking a defense, you can make an entire lineup out of that game.
Agreed. CJ need 3 running back, and a flex and a full PPR. Jacobs, Robinson, Achane, Connor, Hendo, and Collins. Definitely playing Achane and Connor for me. Yeah. Where do you go with Jacobs, Robinson, and Henderson, Nico? I'm assuming that's Brian Robinson, by the way.
I really like Brian Robinson, and I did like Jacobs, but Howard has Jacobs as his bust of the week this week, and he has Robinson in lineup. So let's go Robinson, Achane, Connor.
My word is just the game flow in that one. They're down 35. I don't know.
14 point spread.
Yeah, 14-point spread, and Miami is expected to be scored 30.5. So feels low, feels tough.
I want to ask you real quick.
Yeah.
I think so. I don't like betting the Raiders to cover, but I think that Baker and the Bucks can cover the 13.5 point spread against the 49ers. How do you feel about that bet? Is that a terrible bet? to not lose by 2 touchdowns?
I actually teased that game down 7 points, took the 49ers minus 5.5. So
Yeah, that's reasonable. I think they win, but do they win by 2 scores? I don't know.
I don't know. Baker on the road across country against the 49ers. I don't like
Well,
Baker,
when
but
you
I've
say
actually
it like
played Baker
that,
a lot this year. I don't know if they get it done.
they've been able to hang with the thing is the most they've lost by all year is 14 points.
Yeah.
So basically you're betting that they're gonna lose by the most they've lost by all year.
49ers defense just shut down the Jacksonville Jaguars last week. So on the road out of a bye. So I worry them being home.
They can
Baker
hang.
Baker might not be at 100% too. He's been dealing with the thumb all week. So
He's got another one.
I don't know. I'm not betting Buccaneers to cover. And again, I teased that game down anyways to take the 49ers. So
they can hang.
Joe's completed question here. Achane, Robinson, Pollard, Connor, and Kirk.
I do like Pollard a lot this week.
Yeah. Once Dowell went down, I pivoted lineups to Pollard this week. But like I said last week to Bender, it doesn't matter what the point spread is in this game. If the Dallas Cowboys want to throw the football, they're just going to throw the football.
They can do it if they want to do. And
we had
CeeDee Lamb
yards and 4 scores from Dak last week. I mean, what are we doing?
CeeDee Lamb did talk a bunch of trash, so I feel like he has to get some work today. But I like Pollard. I like Achane. So it's between Brian Robinson and James Conner.
I'm going to go Brian Robinson.
Yeah, it's just a good match.
No Gibson. Robinson had 6 catches last week.
And it's against the Giants, man, which conditions should be perfect for him.
Agreed. Dubs or Woods PPR?
I'm gonna go Dubs here. Woods, I mean, it's closer than it should be, but I like Dubs against the Chargers.
Yep, I'm fine going there. I know Benner said that the Cardinals ranked 30th against slot receivers or something like that, but
yeah, it's not good.
It's not great. Good morning from Byron. Would you go Jalen Waddle or Jordan Addison in a standard format?
Standard. I think I'm going to go Jordan Addison still.
Yeah. Again, more competitive game potentially with Jordan Addison here. Waddle may not even have to be on the field there.
You have AJ Brown and CeeDee Lamb, so
so actually, I can't say great drafting because one, it is great drafting, but I also took AJ Brown and CeeDee Lamb in a league where I was on the wheel, and it is. I mean, that's been quite a duo here.
Feels good. Yeah.
Half PBR needs 2: Walker, Monty, Williams, or White. We're definitely playing Williams here.
Yep.
Thoughts on Walker, Monty, or White for the other?
I think I like Monty. I think both. I'm a start. I don't have any leagues where I have Mostert, Achane, Monty, or Gibbs where I'm not starting them. You just start them. You just start the good running backs on the good teams.
I'm not concerned about what happened last week with Montgomery. He first came back. They played him 40% of the offensive snaps, and he gave a touchdown away.
Dude, that is.
I don't know if he's going to be giving any touchdowns away against the team that let him go in Chicago. So
they should never have admitted that. They should never have admitted that.
I know, so annoying. I had a 1% David Montgomery last week that should have had 2 touchdowns instead of the 175-yarder.
Yeah.
Kangas wants to know, flex super. Kangas, throw us your question again. It was the Ridley or Achane flex super flex PPR. Yeah, we went to Achane there. Yeah. Bettercast question number dose. TJ Hawk over under 56.5.
Over, man. Against the Broncos?
Yeah.
Over. Hawkinson is amazing. And he was clearly hurt last week, and he dropped 130 yards or whatever it was.
Yep. CJ, we answered this one already. Again, guys, you don't need to enter your question twice. I promise you we're rolling our way through these questions. There are a lot of you in chat. We appreciate that. We'd appreciate it even more if you would just simply click the like button on today's stream. It does us wonders here to help support the channel grow. And if you hit that subscribe button, you'll never miss a show that we do here on the Fantasy Alarm YouTube channel. But just to recap for CJ here, I believe that we went Achane, Connor, and Robinson for him.
That is correct.
Robert here, half PPR, purely a matchup question. Mahomes or Goff? We're gonna go Mahomes. And I like Goff, but we're gonna go Mahomes.
This is Mahomes shows up for these games.
Yep, home against the Eagles. A little rematch there.
There's a show up game.
Would you play Lockett today, having Madison as a hedge, or just roll with Jaden Reed? Well, I'm not going to play Lockett.
I'll play
Madison or Reed here, Coop.
I'm playing Madison.
Yeah, Madison.
Reed guys like Reed and Josh Downs. They're not quite there because they don't play a full snap share. They still get some targets, but
I mean, Reed's been the best wide receiver on that team the last
couple
weeks, production-wise, but he's not on the field the whole time.
Just think how good it could be. Now is the time in your dynasty leagues to go out and pay up for Jaden Reed and Josh Downs. Overpay if you have to a little bit, because we saw this with Chris Godwin, where he was a part-time player and he was having like 800 yards, you know what I mean, as a part-time player. And then when they got rid of Deshaun Jackson, they got rid of Adam Humphries, and he became a full-time player and was playing in the slot in 3 wide and moving outside for 2 wide. Then he had 1,400 yards, right? Cooper Kupp, Keenan Allen, like the Jaden Reeds and the Josh Downs of the world in Dynasty, go out and pay the price of admission to get those guys.
CJ said he entered the question twice because he didn't include the first name, so he's listening. Well, we love you, man.
Thank you, dude.
Battercam, we answered this one already too. We went Hollywood and Rice. Ryan wants to know start 3: Barkley, Swift, Mostert, Achane, Robinson. Again, I'm not playing Barkley this week.
Not with that crew.
You mentioned in DFS you're playing both Dolphins running backs.
Not in DFS.
With Swift and Robinson Jr. also on the table. Are you playing both Dolphins running backs?
I'm not playing them in the same lineup in DFS. Okay. I'm using them both. In redraft, I have a league where I'm playing
against
both.
The Broncos, you could have played both in the same lineup because they scored 770 points.
I'm starting Mostert and Achane both in that lineup, and I'm starting Brian Robinson. Man, DeAndre Swift against the Chiefs. What do you think, John?
I don't know. They're not really running the ball anymore. So
they're not running the ball great.
They're not. I can pick up these running backs: Freeman, Johnson, Sanders. Do you like any of them over Latavius Murray right now?
Nah, I'm just gonna stick with Latavius Murray.
Yeah, play Latavius. He's getting the goal line work, man.
He's getting the goal line work, and they trust him.
He's just play, and new offensive coordinator. Maybe like James Cook just doesn't do it.
They trust him on important third down plays too.
Yeah,
Latavius Murray, and he looks like a monster out there. Is he 6'3"? How tall is
Latavius
Murray?
Though his reason's been around for as long as he's been.
He's gigantic.
Half PPR for AA. What's up, AA, man? Pick one. Rashee Rice, Jaden Reed, Romeo Doubs, Trey McBride, Rondale Moore, Quentin Johnson.
Pick one. One wide receiver, one flex.
One wide receiver, one flex. Okay.
I think I like Rashee Rice and Trey McBride. Trey McBride is just outright the last couple games, besides the one game with Clayton Tune against the Browns.
Yeah,
he's just been outright getting double-digit targets, right? So like.
Oh, McBride. Listen, last week you and I talked about this with McBride and Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray threw to Zach Ertz a lot last year.
Right. Yeah.
And he threw right to Trey McBride right away all game. So fully in on McBride here. You like Rice over Quentin Johnson today with the idea that Johnson's going to just play all the snaps?
I think Quentin Johnson, unfortunately, is going to be the one that gets sacrificed. He's going to get sacrificed to the Lions the same way he did against the Jets. They sacrificed Quentin Johnson to DJ Reed and Sauce Gardner so that Keenan Allen could live in the slot. So sometimes those guys got to bite the bullet.
Sure. Mark says Chuba or Rashee. I'm going to Rashee here. I'm going to go Chuba versus the. I said I have a bet in today that the Panthers don't score a touchdown.
I'll tell you what. And Rashee Rice, Cortland Sutton, all those boys do is score touchdowns. Man.
They do.
It's like you can't at a certain point. I know it's hard to predict, and we say it's fluky, and we don't chase it. But at a certain point, if a guy is just scoring a touchdown every week, you just
that Sutton touchdown catch last week was dirty. The way he was able
one of the best catches I've ever.
I mean, that was crazy.
The whole play is great. Was insane because like to like Russell Wilson to even throw a pass that could even be possibly catchable.
Yeah.
After the hole that he dug himself back there.
Everybody has been crabbing on the Broncos the way they started, but they might sneaky find themselves in a playoff spot now.
They look
things
good.
Are trending, so I'm
betting on them.
Sean Payton got that team right. Dobbs or Murray here today for a quarterback situation. I'm going Kyler.
Kyler, he's fun.
Well, I mean, listen, Dobbs is fun.
They're both fun too, actually.
Dobbs is this year's Geno Smith story, right? So
it's
where we're at with that. But I'm going to go Kyler today. Quentin Johnson, Romeo Doubs, Chuba, Sutton need 2. Going to go Sutton for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Doubs or Quentin for you here?
I think I like Doubs, man.
Yeah,
I think I like
good
Doubs.
There. Good going Doubs against the Chargers. Lewis, 1 point PPR, need 1 flex. Hendo, Jones, Ridley, Kincaid. I'm still leaning Jones here.
It's Aaron Jones. He's cover of the show today. Aaron Jones, baby. He's just that's Aaron Jones to me is like Oreo cookies. We're like let me finish.
All right. Hold on. I'm getting ready for this one. Explain.
Where it seems they seem kind of boring, right? You look at the package and you're like, whatever. But then you have one and you remember how good they are, dude.
Okay.
Like when you dip an Oreo cookie in milk and you realize, like, wow, this actually might be the best cookie in the league. Like every once in a while, Aaron Jones comes out like week 1, and you remember how good Aaron Jones is.
People forget how good Oreos are. Crazy.
It's one of those things, man.
I don't remember like 4 years ago, I had Aaron Jones as like a 3 touchdown call, and he came out and scored 3 touchdowns. I wouldn't be surprised if Aaron Jones has a multi-touchdown day today. Just saying.
Clip it.
Just saying. Wouldn't be surprised if he had more than one touchdown today.
Double
Howell or
touchdowns.
Kyler as a QB2. I'm still going to roll Kyler, but I love Howell. I do. I just think that the game is just going to be more competitive for Kyler here today. So go Kyler with the rushing upside against Houston. Also, Thielen or Hopkins and a half PPR. Where are you going with the wide receiver scoop?
Oh, I have those guys so close. I think I'm going to go DeAndre Hopkins, though. I like the situation for him.
Yeah, we had someone in our Discord ask if if Thielen's going to get used more. I was like, he had 12 targets last week.
He's getting the targets, and it's just like it's kind of empty. You know what I mean? Another good example is Evan Ingram. Very empty targets. He's getting
Evan Ingram expected to be the second highest roster tight end in DFS this week.
Which he just isn't. He's not getting the red zone work. And on DraftKings, I like it because it's full PPR, but he leads the league in screens. But he's not really breaking them off though.
Yeah.
So it's like that's why you get these. He never has less than 4 or 5 receptions because they give him at least like 2 screens every week that are automatic receptions, right? So he has such a good floor. But in DFS, I mean, you want a little more.
Sadly, no Jacksonville wide receivers getting the red zone work. It's just all going to Travis Etienne.
You want a little more razzle dazzle. Not to mention the Titans are letting up the second fewest points to tight ends of any team behind only the Browns. And people say, oh, they traded Kevin Byard, but they traded Kevin Byard last week. Cade Otton strolled into town after having 9 targets, and he got shut out, man. Yeah. This week is so important for this game. This Ingram versus the Titans game is so important for Dalton Schultz. Because if you look at Dalton,
coming up,
his schedule, it goes, I just mentioned the Titans and Browns are the best 2 teams versus the tight end. His schedule in fantasy playoffs goes Titans, Browns, Titans again.
Yeah.
So if you're a Dalton Schultz fan, the most important game of the slate is Evan Ingram versus the Titans. We have to see that the Titans can be beat by a tight end, because if they shut Evan Ingram down, you might have to drop Dalton Schultz to waivers. Because if you're not going to start him versus the Titans, you're definitely not going to start him versus the Browns. Then what are you going to do, right? So be very careful with Dalton.
We're going to go down to your Hopkins here to get back on track there.
Yeah.
Godwin.
Let me tell you what kind of cookie Evan Ingram is.
Yeah. 1 point PPR. Godwin, D Hop, Nakua, or what's GA? What is GA? I don't know what GA is.
Garrett Wilson.
Garrett Wilson? Did he fit it? Oh, okay.
He fit it there. Yeah. Imagine if I just sniped that. No, he said it after. Okay. Garrett Wilson being banged up and going up against a tough.
I like Puka. I'm just going to say it.
Oh, he's only 1? Oh,
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Puka, easy.
Puka's where I'm going. Oh, needs 2. Okay, so Puka, Nakua, and who?
And Chris and Hopkins.
DeAndre Hopkins. Okay, I'm good with that. What's up, Sarah? Good morning to you.
Hey.
Herbert to pick up someone like Murray or Freeman. I mean, Herbert's going to be the lead back today. It's not a great spot against Detroit, though.
My answer is never going to be Royce Freeman to any question.
Yeah. Well, I mean, listen, he's splitting the carries in the work with Hendo. Hendo's been trash efficiency-wise. So is this a PPR? Am I playing you? Is this sweet?
Is she asking you questions in the leagues where you're playing against her
this week, Sarah? I think I might be playing her.
You got to recuse yourself from this.
Yeah, I'll let you. She does. You know what? This might be the league because she has Herbert in against me. Go ahead.
I'm starting Khalil Herbert. Khalil Herbert. I think he gets his job back.
Okay. Must win. I'm sitting there 6-4 in this league. I need a W this week after beating Rebecca last week.
I ended up somehow after great starts. I'm like 5-6 wins in every league. Like all my leagues are must win, like for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I mean, the playoffs right around the corner. Tom wants to know Quentin Johnson, Amari Cooper. I got to go Johnson here. I'm not going.
Can't start him
until I see what DTR does. I can't trust anybody in that offense.
No, not against the Steelers either.
No, especially not against Steelers.
That game's going to suck, dude.
Why are they going away from Walker? That's what I want to know. What happened there?
Because they're trying to lose?
I guess so.
I think that's why the Giants are rolling out Tommy DeVito, dude.
Sarah just texting me. Bunch of smile faces.
That's sneak.
Sneaky. 2 running backs and a flex. In that case, actually play Roshan Johnson, sir.
You got to be feeling good about if you're the person you're playing against has to start Latavius Murray.
Full PPR: Walker, Robinson, Pacheco, Madison, Cook, Thielen, Dell. 2 running backs and a flex.
Ooh, okay. We like Brian Robinson. Where are you at on Kenneth Walker, John?
Nah, not this week.
No.
Hey, listen, Charbonnet isn't playing more than him. I think he's a little banged up still.
I'm gonna start Thielen for sure. I think I might go Brian Robinson, Thielen, and Dell here.
Yeah, I like Pacheco, man.
Against the Eagles?
Because he catches the football. He's like playing more pass snaps than McKinnon is. So
Brian Robinson, Pacheco,
Brian Robinson for sure.
Thielen.
Dell for sure for me.
Dell over Thielen.
Yeah. Again, I don't think Carolina scores today. I don't think they score a touchdown. I have a bet on 0 touchdowns scored.
It's full PPR, and Thielen hasn't caught fewer than 5 passes going back to the first game of the year.
Yeah, but he had what, 24 yards last week or something like that?
42. Year before, the week before, he had 29. But the 3 games before that, 8 for 72, 11 for 115, 11 for 107.
The entire defensive line is like 3 feet bigger than Bryce Young. So
I'm starting Thielen.
All right. Who's going Thielen? I think I'm gonna go Robinson, Pacheco, and Dell. So Alexander,
Robinson, Pacheco, Dell. I'm going Robinson, Thielen, Dell. So
maybe odds be forever in your favor.
Right.
FFPC tourney team: Foreman, Wilson, or P. Ryan.
What happened to that team?
what happened? Well,
you can't start Jeff Wilson. Well, which is it? Garrett Wilson?
Yeah, I have to assume it's Jeff Wilson because these are all running backs.
Right. I would start Foreman.
Yeah,
and just hope he scores a rushing touchdown.
Yeah. Schultz, I recuse myself.
Schultz. Yeah, she's hitting you with questions. It's Schultz. You can't start.
Oh yeah, Jeff Wilson. Yeah, we figured that much.
It's Schultz because DTR is quarterback.
Yeah, you're gonna go Schultz there. I agree with you. Need one in a flex. Hendo, Collins, or Chandler. I'm going Nico.
Yeah, we like Nico this week. Good matchup for him. Yeah, the Nico we saw earlier this year is coming out today.
Great. Stafford or Russ? I'm going to go Russ because, again, I don't know the thumb yet. So
Russ has been good, dude. Russ, like, in fantasy football, like, Russ last year wasn't terrible. Like, he was, like, QB 15. You know what I mean?
It's just super appealing having Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua throw the football, too. But, again, Stafford's thumb. I know they said he's fine, but give me Russ at home against Minnesota here. Adrian wants to know, pick 2, Hall, Jacobs, or Henry in a PPR.
I'm staying away from Derrick Henry today if I can avoid it.
All right.
I'm going to go Hall.
I don't have a hard lean on either of these guys. Honestly, none of them are in great spots. So
Hall, Jacobs.
At least Hall and Jacobs can catch the football.
The thing with Henry is the Jaguars are good versus the run, and they let up the most receptions to the running back, which that's been bailing out guys like McCaffrey. And
I threw Tajay Spears to Bender during the DFS show, and he made the dartboard. So
got to get him in there.
Could be a spot for Tajay Spears this week. Mad Dog needs 2 flex, half PPR. Hendo, Thielen, Sutton, Najee. I'm locking in Sutton on a lot of places this week.
Yeah.
Where are you going for the other one, Coop?
Thielen. Can't start. Right. I'm not starting either Steelers running backs against the Browns. I just don't see how that's a good idea.
Rico Dowdle officially active for today too, by the way. So they had downgraded him to questionable, but he's officially active for today. Does that impact your Pollard love at all?
No.
SF Superflex Dynasty tight end premium. Okay.
Cool.
Needs
aggressive.
Yeah, a lot of things there. Pickens, Cooper, Samuel with Gibson out. Could see an expanded role. Good game theory there. JSN, Connor Haywood.
Connor Haywood kind of
Frymuth is back. Frymuth's back.
Frymuth's back, so Connor Hayward is unstartable. He worked his way into an unstartable spot.
I'm probably going JSN for one of them.
I like JSN, and I think I like Curtis Samuel, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to game theory Samuel too much though.
What's going to happen? What's going to happen? It's the Giants, dude. You do whatever you want.
But that's the thing. They don't have to go to Curtis Samuel against the Giants. The game could just be over.
Everyone's going to score.
Everyone's going to score?
Last week, everyone scored except Tony Pollard for the Cowboys. Dak had a rushing touchdown. CeeDee Lamb had a rushing touchdown. CeeDee Lamb caught a touchdown.
I think this is
Michael Gallup caught a touchdown. Brandon Cooks caught a touchdown. Jake Ferguson caught a touchdown. Rico Dowdle did some stuff.
This isn't the Cowboys.
It's the Giants defense.
All right.
Samuel and JSN.
I might go
George Pickens.
I might go Amari Cooper in this spot.
Yeah. Fine.
That's just where I'm going. Drew wants to know rest of season. Walker, Pittman, H.A. Hollywood. I mean, I'm not the like H.A. rest of season, but that's a big list.
Oh no, it's a trade. Kenneth Walker and Pittman or Achane and Hollywood, and I will take Achane and Hollywood.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I misread that question.
Mhm.
He said, which two would you rather have? All right. So Clay, McBride or Laporta? Tight end, where are we going?
Laporta, it's Laporta.
Okay.
It's closer than it should be, but it's Laporta, man. He's just been so solid.
Happy football days. Happy football day to you. Rank in order. Pittsburgh, Jacksonville, Cleveland, and the Commanders defense today. I have Cleveland number 1, I think.
Cleveland number 1 overall. Pittsburgh might be number 2.
Yeah. Commanders 3, Jacksonville 4.
Yeah. Especially in leagues. You gotta with defense, you always gotta want some leagues, you really get punished with negative points if it's a high scoring game. So you gotta always check that out. But this game, 32.5 point over under, like both defenses are great.
Agreed. Let's see. Any notable inactives? So Jeff Wilson inactive, Braxton Berrios, Noah Brown is inactive, Tony Gibson, Jalen Guyton, Jai Alexander inactive today, Coop. Big news there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. But if you had a Quentin Johnson question earlier and you're still watching the show, put it back in the chat, please.
Yeah. Jai Alexander being out is huge for that.
Huge. If you had Justin Herbert or Quentin Johnson questions, get them back in the chat again, and we'll rehash them.
Yeah.
Honestly, we got to look at it again.
And Dante, smash the thumbs. Yeah, give us a like, everybody. 72 people in the chat right now. Let's see if we can get more. And we can get more simply by you guys hitting that like button. It helps us get up that algo for everybody.
Where the hell's the Twitch gang been at today?
We had a billion Twitch questions during the morning show, Coop. I even got Britt to throw on our Twitch glasses, which was a pair of blue frames. So we were rocking it for everybody.
My Twitch glasses are sitting right here, dude. I haven't put them on one time today.
I know. I would love for you to throw them on. Lucky Lebo. 2 questions for 2 different leagues. Number 1, need 2 from Javonte, Brian Robinson, Ty Chandler. Javonte and Robinson for me here.
Yep.
And then a running back in a flex, Henry Hall, Ford, Sutton, Dubs.
Sutton for sure in the flex. And then I'm going to start Brees Hall. I'm going to start Brees Hall.
All right.
We're going to start rapid firing these, John. We got to get
I know. We can. We
not rapid fire, but we got to
stay a little late if we need to. White or Herbert today. Tough spots for both. I might lean White in this situation, though. Just the pass catching work that he
does. Yeah. Just the guarantee. Take the guarantee.
Bench 1 of Adams, Jacobs, or Hall. So 2 guys on the Raiders or Brees Hall.
I would probably bench Jacobs.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine by me. I'm clicking all around here. DJ Moore, Najee Harris for Cindy.
DJ Moore, yeah. Yep. I like DJ Moore. Upside's huge.
Moore's in a good spot today. Start 2, Chandler, Spears, or Foreman in a PPR. Well, he definitely playing Spears then in a PPR today.
We like Spears.
And probably Chandler for me over Foreman.
You think so? Yeah.
Yeah, because again, for what's Foreman's role going to be as a backup now against Detroit? He's not going to catch football.
You got to remember that Foreman, when Khalil Herbert was healthy and everyone was healthy early in the year, he was straight up inactive.
That's what I'm saying. So I think Ty Chandler is where I'm going today in that spot. Here's your Twitch game chat.
There we go, dude. Twitch, baby.
Do I start Dak or Fields today? Dak for
Dak. Can't go away from Dak. He's been too good.
Nope. Adam here, need 1 and a running back and a flex. Javonte, Dubs, or Herbert. I'm going to go the last 2. Yep. Javonte and Dubs for me.
Absolutely.
Mad Dog, full PPR flex, McBride, Deontay Johnson, or Sutton. This is a little tougher. McBride or Sutton? Which one are you going, Coop?
I'm going to start Deontay Johnson. Oh, you just won?
Yeah. McBride or Sutton?
Sutton. Yeah, you're not starting Deontay?
Against Cleveland? No.
Oh, yeah. Whoops. Sutton.
Yeah. Where are you going? Sutton over McBride today?
Yeah, Sutton over McBride.
All right.
Yeah, Sutton's just been... He's been
That's
good.
Fine. Yeah, no, dude. They've both been great. I'm good with Sutton here against Minnesota. Half PPR, start 2, Debo, Robinson, or Devonta Smith here today. I like Devonta Smith. I might sit Debo, believe it or not.
I would sit Debo too, yeah.
Maximus, Foreman, Spears, Sutton, half PPR, Sutton. Easy play.
Easy peasy. Sutton, we get a lot of Sutton questions every week, but I mean,
it's like he hasn't been scoring touchdowns every week.
Right.
Sutton is like a top 20 wide receiver. Play the man.
Easily.
Mo for flex, Deontay, Pacheco, 1 PPR. I like Pacheco.
I like Pacheco too.
And then McBride or DJ Metcalf. Metcalf.
Yeah. As much as I love McBride, Metcalf with Lockett banged up. Yeah.
Agreed. Week 1, Metcalf didn't do too much, but he also talked crap about the Raiders secondary there, or the Rams. Like, I can't name anybody now that Jalen Ramsey's gone, and then
they
shut him down. Aaron Nola re-signing with the Phillies, 7-year, $172 for you baseball fans out there.
Shut it out. No, I got yelled at for talking about the
I know, I heard it.
Diamondbacks.
Eric Curtis here, need one running back and a flex. Mostert, Nico, Achane, White, Javante. Good running back group there.
Yeah, goodness gracious. So this is the situation where I actually would not start Mostert. I would start
go Achane
and Javante. Yeah.
Yep.
So I guess someone did find the spot. Congratulations, chat. You found the spot where I'm going to bench Raheem Mostert, even though I said at the top of the show I would not. But some of you guys your team is a wagon.
Agreed.
What do you want to do?
Better Boss here wants to know.
What's up, brother?
Dylan, Chandler, or Rondale Moore need two. I'm thinking I'm going to go Chandler and Rondale Moore this week. I'm not going to
AJ Dillon stinks. AJ Dillon wasn't even good when Aaron Jones was out.
Agreed. Twitch gang in the chat. Elio, what's up?
Hey.
Mahomes or Purdy?
Elio hits Mahomes, but we like Purdy. But
Purdy back-to-back weeks over 20 fantasy points, but we're going to rock Patrick
Mahomes. Big game for a big game player. That's the situation with Mahomes.
Daniel wants to know half PPR, 2 running backs and a flex. Jones, Mostert, Achane, White, and G. All these people with Mostert and Achane in their roster.
First 3. Both Dolphins and Aaron Jones.
Yep. Ann wants to know Rasheed or Deontay. I'm going Rasheed.
Yeah.
Full point tight end here, Parham or Logan Thomas?
Logan Thomas for me. The Giants are actually kind of a tough matchup for tight ends, but I think Parham, you're just chasing touchdowns, man. If it was standard, I would actually maybe.
I mean, you're sort of chasing touchdowns, but again, he played 60% of the offensive snaps last time. He had a 50% route participation. He does get the red zone work. I don't think it's as bad as it is usually whenever it's there.
Yeah, but if it was standard, I would say Parham.
I'm still going to Logan Thomas here, but I don't think Parham is as bad a spot.
If it was standard half PPR, it would be a discussion. And a DFS, I would actually rather pay for Parham than pay Logan Thomas. But in a regular redraft full PPR league, it's still Logan Thomas.
Darrell Hill need 2. Devonta, Debo, Nakua, Hollywood.
Devonta for sure with no Goddard. And then I don't know. I kind of like Marquise Brown, man. Versus
I'm good there. Debo would be my for sure sit. I don't mind Nakua or Brown if you're going there. And then would you sit any of them and use Schultz?
No.
Go the wide receivers. Brown and Devonta Smith for us here this week. Russ wants to know Robinson or Javante. I'm going Javante here.
I really like Javante Williams.
Agreed. Evans or Singletary for full PPR. I've always been team like Evans, and you've been able to throw on the 49ers this year.
Yeah, I'll go Evans still. Evans is
a big upside. And they're double-digit underdogs in that game. They might have to throw.
Right.
So.
And there's certain guys, Evans, AJ Brown, CeeDee Lamb, when you watch the way that they're creating, they're
just better than everybody.
They're just better than everybody.
What did I tell you a couple weeks ago?
Not even getting open.
Evans is just bigger than everybody.
Right. He's just not even getting open, right? One-handed catches and AJ Brown too. AJ Brown is like he's pulling like magic tricks.
He's what 6'4", 230? Yeah. Like he's physical than everybody in the league.
And AJ Brown's been like purposely overrunning routes so that he can just run back and just vice grip the football. Like you know what I mean? Like these guys are they're playing on another level.
Twitch gang, fly. Thanks for always being up and out. 1 PPR start, 1 flex, and a tight end. Hopkins, Pickens, Chandler, Herbert, Laporta, McBride. I'm playing both tight ends.
Yeah, I'm playing them both as well. I'm willing to go overtime, John, if you want to go past noon.
I have nothing to do.
I can't go too far past because I got to.
No, but we can finish out the cues here, guys. We'll do our best. Yeah. We'll go rapid fire here. Myers or Judy?
Myers.
Okay. Howell, Dobbs, or Herbert? Howell, Dobbs, or Herbert here, Coop?
In a 1 QB. Oh, Dobbs.
Dobbs. Yeah.
You sold me on Sammy Howell.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm going Howell there. No, actually, the Herbert question back in play though, with no Jair Alexander.
That is back in play, but I mean, I don't know, man. I had Herbert ranked ahead until you pointed out.
I think no Jair Alexander. I'm going Herbert today.
Herbert, good. Go.
Schultz or Kittle?
Schultz.
Hendo or Freiermuth?
Hendo. Freiermuth has coming off the injury for the first time. He has the single worst matchup a tight end can have.
Yeah, Henderson for me is fine. Standard league: Hopkins, Harris, Chandler, or Dalton Schultz.
Hopkins.
PPR start 2 tight ends and a flex: Thielen, Evans, Schultz, Kincaid, Singletary.
Start 2. Okay.
Yeah,
so I'm
the tight end and then
starting Kincaid for sure.
Okay.
And then I might start Mike Evans.
Go Evans there. Big Daddy Weirdo from the Twitch gang
Oh yeah,
here.
the Twitch guys always have great names.
There we
great
go.
usernames.
2 running backs and a flex. Pollard, Monty, Singletary, Chandler, Connor for the flex.
Ooh.
I have Smith and Puka McBride.
I'm definitely going Pollard. Pollard and Monty.
Yeah, and then Singletary in the I have Smith, Puka, and McBride. Is that in already?
I'm feeling good.
So confused by the
Yeah, I think Smith and Puka and McBride are already in.
Okay, so then
for the flex. So he says he needs 2 running backs, and then those guys are in consideration for the flex. So I think I would go Pollard and Monty, and
the first 3: Pollard, Monty, Singletary, right?
Over Devonta Smith.
Isn't Devonta Smith already in?
No, he says he can use Smith in the flex.
Okay.
So I think I would go Pollard, Monty, and then Smith in the flex.
Okay, that's how that question's going. Then that's fine by me. Dan saying Pats aren't a bye week. 100% fantasy football fandom. I mean, the Pats have been on a bye week since week 1.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Yeah,
have they showed up to start the season yet? I don't even know.
And no Taysom Hill, so it's easier for me to rank tight ends.
Does anyone answer on here, JH? We've already answered your queue, but we're working our way down, man. Give us a break. There's 1,000 questions.
And we're gonna stay late.
Standard league here. Christian Kirk, Tyler Lockett, JSN McBride, Schultz already in at tight end. Starting 2 of this group.
2. Okay, so I'm not starting Lockett since you have options.
We're going Kirk.
Mm-hmm.
Probably McBride anyways, even though you're already playing Schultz.
Yeah, I would start Kirk and McBride. Although I could be sold on JSN with Tyler Lockett banged up.
Got it. We're going to go 8, or we said what, HN on this one for Kangas?
Yep, HN.
Okay. Lions or Commanders for defense? Going to go Commanders.
Commanders, yeah. Tommy DeVito.
Toronto Day saying Rory Mostert's a must start. What's your top tight end not named Kelsey this week, Coop?
Top tight end for DFS. Oh, for DFS. Trey McBride. I like the price on him on DraftKings especially. So you got to get him in there.
Yep. Double up Detroit running backs in cash, Dan wants to know. Would you play Gibbs and Monty in the same cash lineup?
Cash, yeah.
Yeah, you could. It's not usually a great strategy to play 2 of the same running backs in cash games, but if you think they go off against Chicago, what do we say about Chicago? Though, could be having a lot of 50-yard rusher in like 4 weeks. So
yeah.
Our guy Josh, what's up, man? 10-team full PPR, Laporta or McBride?
Laporta still.
And then would you start the other tight end at the flex or go Collins or Thielen? So would you play Laporta and McBride?
I like Nico
one
Collins.
And then Nico or Adams.
I like the idea, but I like Nico Collins this week.
So we're going Nico Collins and Laporta?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll bet you both the Broncos don't make the playoffs. Well, you are a fan of the team.
Yeah. Let's know what the bet is.
CPR, PPR, Superflex, DTR, or Dubs? What do you think?
Dubs, dude. Dubs.
Yeah, DTR was good in preseason, but he was terrible in his one side.
Terrible.
Laporta, McBride, or Kincaid. How do you have them ranked, Coop?
I have them ranked Laporta, Kincaid, McBride.
Okay. Waddle, James Cook in a standard league.
Still Waddle. I don't trust James Cook, man.
No. We got to go Quentin Johnson here.
Yep.
For Helen. Herbert wants to know A-Chain, Mostert, Jones, Pollard, Connor, Walker needs 3 in a non-PPR. Still playing Jones, still playing Pollard. And then what, A-Chan?
A-Chan, Pollard, Jones. Yep.
Big walk. Got Pitt running backs, Gabe Davis or Samuel needs 1. So Harris, Warren, Samuel, or Davis needs 1 in a PPR.
I like Kurt. I'm not starting Gabe Davis against the Jets.
No.
Curtis Samuel is who I'm going to
I'm fine going Curtis Samuel there. Ford or Connor? I'm going Connor here.
James Connor. Yeah, James Connor's awesome.
What do we think of DTR? Not good. I'm gonna wait and see on that one.
I have him ranked second. I have him ranked second to last.
Yeah, Brees Hall, DJ Moore, Devonta Smith.
Devonta Smith.
Ricky A wants to know Lockett, Jacoby Myers, Khalil Herbert. Probably Myers, I think.
Probably Myers, yeah.
Yeah. Jones or Robinson. Aaron Jones for me. I love
We're locked in on Aaron Jones. We like Aaron Jones.
Josh Allen, Fields, or Howell for quarterback here. Howell for me.
Yeah, Howell. It's too safe. Like I just don't see a world where Howell doesn't. I mean, the Giants are just—they're not even a real team. They're not a real team.
No, Belmer needs 2. It's not Belmer. I'm gonna go Rice and Sutton though.
Yep.
Tough spot for George here. Bench 1. Ayuk, Dell, Jones, or Javonte Williams. It is a tough spot.
It's a very tough spot. I think bench Tank Dell, I guess.
Yeah, I was gonna say Dell might be the bench though.
In a half PPR, I think it is.
Yeah. Swift, Ford, McBride need 2. So sit 1.
I don't mind Ford versus the Steelers, to be honest. I think I would start the 2 running backs and bench. Yeah.
You're playing McBride or sitting Swift?
I think I would sit McBride.
Okay.
Tight ends, like
dude.
he has been very good.
He's literally been putting up Travis Kelce numbers the last 3 weeks.
So you're gonna sit DeAndre Swift?
Yes.
All right, I'm in. Sometimes I have to check because I love McBride and Kincaid and Laporta. Sometimes I have to check my own bias a little bit, and I might take it too far. So yeah, I mean, I love any chance to get to start McBride's fun.
Yep, I'm with you there. JH, I see your questions. We're working our way down. I promise you we'll hit you up. Just be patient with us here. Pick 2, Debo, Nakua, or
I think Ricky makes a good point here. Over-sexualized culture influenced.
Yeah, he's throwing a bunch of. We answered his question, then he started throwing a bunch of stuff in chat. So
Ricky,
I'm just moving our way.
He asked a real fantasy football question. He did.
He did. Yeah, we answered him, and he's just throwing some Bible stuff. That's
very cool, Ricky. Very cool.
We get a guy move quick though, Coop. So
okay, yeah. Sorry.
Debo, Nakua, or Dell.
I shouldn't put those comments on the screen, but that's funny.
Yeah.
Nakua and Tank Dell.
Okay. I'm killing you with your confidence with your RB2 pick, Walker or Barkley. We're going Walker, though. We're not playing Barkley.
Walker, you can't start Barkley, man.
Let's see. You might have missed it, Rasheed or Deontay.
Rasheed.
Yeah. Conklin, Musgrave.
We're overtime here, so I can't go on a full rant on Conklin. Just know that he's only run 66% of the routes. They've thrown average 44 attempts the last 2 weeks, and the over-under for attempts is 32 for this week. So Tyler Conklin's about to go back in the bottle. Give me Musgrave.
Okay. We did this one already, Andrew. We're going Howell here. It's just the Jets defense for me against Allen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not changing Dowdin. No, I'm going to play Cook still. Russ in my flex there. Keith wants to know why does he flex Quentin Johnson, Cole Kmet, Jaden Reed. I think I sit the tight end here.
Yep, sit the tight end.
I'm going to go Herbert now that there's no Jair Alexander. And we did this one already. We're going QJ. And this one has more. Helen wants to know QJ, Dubs, Chuba, or Sutton need 3. I'm sitting Chuba here.
Sit Chuba, yep.
Ben is in tight end hell, he says. He has to pick 2 of Kincaid, Laporta, or Najee. No,
play the tight end. You mean heaven? You mean tight end heaven?
Yeah, play the 2 tight ends. We're not playing Najee Harris here today.
Yeah, 2 tight ends.
Half PPR, pick 2, Lockett, Spears, Reed, Moore, Henderson. I like Jaden Reed a lot.
Jaden Reed, and I think I like Rondell more. I like Rondell more.
I'm good going Rondell. No Wilson this week.
He gets a couple carries too. Like not even just one. Like he usually is good for a couple.
Lewis wants to know Dell or Dubs. I'm gonna go Dell. Start 3: Gibbs, Robinson, Williams, or Mostert. Gibbs.
I might bench Brian Robinson.
Yeah, sit Robinson in this one. Go Gibbs, Williams, and Mostert. Superflex half PPR: Levis, Warren, Cook. I'm still going. I'm going to go Levis.
Start the quarterback.
Levis. Kincaid for me over Myers today. Schultz or Laporta. Coop.
Laporta.
Standard league, 2 running backs on a flex. Mostert, ETN, A-Chain, Nakua, Hopkins. 2 running backs on a flex out of this group. So probably still.
First 3.
ETN has a tough spot against Tennessee.
I'm sorry, the first 3. Mostert, ETN, A-Chain.
Okay, and then running. We're gonna go Hurts over Prescott.
Yeah.
PPR for JH Dell or more.
It's PPR.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Tank Dell then.
Okay. Njoku or Parham for our guy from the Twitch gang.
Njoku.
TS need 1. Achan, Wilson, Waddle. I'm gonna go Achan.
Yep.
And then Purdy or Howell. I'm gonna go
Howell. Yep.
Raymond, 2 backs in a flex. Monty, Jones, Walker, Mostert, McLaurin, full PPR. So definitely in on Jones.
Jones, Monty, and then it's tough because I do like McLaurin.
I'm gonna go Mostert though.
Mostert, yep.
Muth or Musgrave, Coop?
Musgrave, man. Muth has a terrible matchup, and he's coming off an injury.
Agreed. All right, everybody, that's the show here today. Download the free BetterCast app. Hang with us tonight. Sunday Night Football matchup. Scan the QR code there. Get your pregame questions answered. Chance to win some autographed memorabilia. Some awesome things we got going on in the BetterCast app for y'all. We appreciate y'all tuning in. Give a like and sub to the channel. We'll be here next week. We'll be here all week, 1 to 6. We're basically live at shows. Can't not find us here on the channel. So get involved. Join the family. Good luck in week 11, everybody. We'll catch you all later.